And I wanted to go live and share with you. Basically, we got questions about how to generate leads when you have no budget. So, understanding that leads are the most important part to your business is absolutely critical. So, the numbers basically lay out for every 25 leads, you get one contract. Those are average numbers industry wide. So, for every 25 leads, you get a contract. Average contract size is roughly about, per se, anywhere $30,000, depending on the size and depending how well you negotiate. So I'm going to pull up the live right here on there, so I have that. Okay. So the bottom line is, what I want to do is share with you as fast as humanly possible exactly what you can do to generate leads. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about a free method and we're going to talk about a cheap method to go out there and generate leads. Plus, I'm going to give you, this is a closer's superscript. This is exactly what to say to a seller to get a contract. I'm going to give this to you at the end. I'm going to give you a link on where you can download this and you can get this for free. So let's get right into it. Let's get started. So how to get leads for cheap and for free. Let's talk about free first, free leads. And this is insane because you can do deals nationwide all across the entire country and be able to get properties under contract from sellers that want to sell. Some of the best sources to get deals, and what I used to do when I first got started, is I would go knock on pre-foreclosure doors. I would find pre-foreclosures, list of pre-foreclosures. I would drive around, this is 2003, and I would go knock on pre-foreclosure doors, and I would ask them if they want to sell their properties. Now, as I was driving around the area, I found for sale by owners, and they had their sign out front, for sale by owner, had their phone number, and I would call the for sale by owners, and I'd ask them, hey, I saw your sign in the front yard, you wanted to sell. Now, the bottom line is, I would get contracts from for sale by owners driving around. Imagine if you could drive around all across the US and you could get contracts from people that wanted to sell their properties and tried to do it on a for sale by owner basis. So you have the ability, and I'm going to show you here on Zillow how you can find deals all across the country. I'm going to show you what to look for. I'm going to show you where to look for in a market and where there is no competition and you're the only one talking to a seller. So I'm going to go to Zillow real quick here. And on Zillow, right, we're getting leads for free. Let's put in an area. What property we got here? Let me see if we got, let's figure out Wilmington, North Carolina. Let's talk about, let's just random address, Wilmington, North Carolina. Okay. So let's say we got Wilmington, North Carolina here. And now you see it has this little bracket right here around Wilmington, North Carolina. So what we're going to do is we're going to click here, go for sale. We're going to click over here. We're going to put houses. You could do townhouses, multifamily. You could do whatever. I'm just going to put houses in here. Then we're going to click here. And then instead of agent, we're going to put by owner, right? And the cool thing here, and sometimes it's updated or not, but you can put any, right? And it will give you all the properties here that are for sale by owner plus apply. Now, what I like to do is I like to eliminate the boundary here, and it gives you all the properties, these little dots. Now, I just want to show you something real quick. Check this out. I'm going to zoom out. All these dots across the country, all these are for sale by owners. These are all opportunities, okay? These are all opportunities. I lost where we are from Wilmington. Oh, let's just go over here. It doesn't really matter. We can go, let's go over here and find property, right? So we're going to look around here for some properties. Now, the cool thing is you have the entire United States where there are for sale by owners. Now, there's big markets like Dallas, Austin, Houston, Phoenix, Vegas, but the best markets are the small markets outside of those large markets. So we're going to go in and let's see if we can find a larger market that we can. Okay. So there's Wilmington. We'll go to Wilmington, but we're going to zoom out. We're going to find a couple properties around Wilmington, and those tend to be the best deals. Why? Because no one's talking to those sellers, and people, they can't afford properties in the major markets, so they start to migrate outside of the major markets to the outskirts, and those outskirt properties tend to be the best deals. Now, we've done properties all across the U.S. from small towns like Thornville, Ohio, which nobody knows about, nobody heard of, and we pulled monster deals out of these small little towns, and we're the only ones being able to talk to the seller to help them out to sell their properties. All right, so let's go into here real quick, and we're going to go in, and we're going to zoom in, right? So we've got Wilmington. Let's just see what we have out here. So we got this one for $525. And we want to stay away from like new construction. So we want to see if this for sale by owner, this could be, oh, this is built 2006 right here. You can call the owner right here, have a conversation with the seller. This is a custom built home. So you can talk to the seller, right? Now, I'll give you an example. We recently talked to a for sale by owner in California, and they had it listed for $650,000. When I asked them what they wanted for the property, they said $550,000. They came down over $100,000 after having a quick conversation. What's up, CEO? How you doing? Good to see you. We're talking about how to get leads with no budget, cheap and free ways to generate leads in this market, to generate deals across the country. All right, so you got this property right here. It's worth picking up the phone, having a conversation, and talking to the seller about this property, right? Have a conversation. You never know. They might take $100,000 less. They might take $425,000 after you have a conversation. Now, how do you, when you are having a conversation with a seller, how do you ask them about their asking price and their second asking price? You follow the script. This script is gold. You can follow the script. You'll get this for free. I'm going to give you a link at the end when we're done, and you'll be able to use that script and be able to talk to sellers all across the entire country. All right. So now we've got, let's talk about this property right here. This right here looks like a mobile home for sale. This right here, 16 days on Zillow. Here's a phone number for the seller. That's another one right there we can call. We've got literally the whole entire US. We got this one right here. Looks like a nice house. I wonder if it comes with a dog. Right here, a little fireplace. We got that little dog out front. And here's their property, right? And this has been on Zillow now 27 days. Here's the owner's information. You can pick up the phone and call and talk to the owner directly about their property. Now, here's what we do, and here's what we do with these type of properties. We get the property under contract, and what we're looking for is a motivated seller that's going to sell less than their list price, right? So in this particular case, they want $326. So what we're looking for is try to get that property at 60 to 70% of the list price. Now, sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Remember, the more conversations you have, you will. So let's say theoretically the seller wants $260 for the property. You can get the property under contract for $260. What we would do is then list the property on the MLS through our retail buyer program and sell that property for, say, $290, right? $290, $300 for the property. And we would be able to sell that property to a buyer, and the buyer would come in and close on the deal. So it all depends the motivation of that seller and what they want to get for the property. And if it makes sense, you might have to talk to them. They say, no, 326 is my bottom line number. But a lot of people that you're going to talk to, they're going to say 326, and you're going to offer potentially less for the property, and they might take it. Now, and funny enough, you would not believe how many in this current real estate market sellers are willing to take much less. They just put a number out there, but you say, listen, what's your bottom line, rock bottom number? They'll come out and say, listen, give me 320, give me 260, and it's a deal. Now, obviously this script will let you know exactly how that's done. All right, so let's keep going over here. See what we see. And we just keep going right here. Here's one for 112. This will be a good one right here. I guarantee nobody is calling the seller 5 days on market right here, 810. You can call that seller, have a conversation, potentially get that property for in the 80s, right? $80,000 for the property, potentially sell it for 99, and help this seller get this property sold. There's a reason why they're trying to sell it for sale by owner, and we can find out what that reason is and potentially help them. So let's say we zoom out. What else we got? We've got, here's Jacksonville. Let's zoom in over here and see what we see. We got a couple properties for you. Here's a nice property right here. This has been on the market 15 days. Price cut $100. They price cut $100 from 349. So we can have a conversation with the seller. There's the phone number, and have a conversation with them about the property. What do we say? Well, what do we say? Well, what we can do is get this property under contract. You can follow this script exactly, and be able to get the property under contract. What do you offer? Well, if you follow what we do in our programs, we have offer calculators. They give them away for free before, and you can offer anywhere from 60 to 70% of their price, be able to get it under contract and turn around and list it on the MLS. All the properties we're doing right now, we list on the MLS, whether, even if they're on, there's better if they're on Zillow, right? And then you turn around and list it, you'll have activity, especially if we list it lower than the Zillow pricing. The listing will actually override the price on Zillow, and you'll get activity on that property. So the question is, why is the seller trying to sell it for sale by owner? We try to find that magic problem. What is the reason why the seller wants to sell? Why are they not using an agent, right? And then be able to give them a price that they agree to that makes sense, and then be able to turn around and sell it. Now, there's a lot of things that we do and let me show you right here. I'm going to go back into the computer here, and I'm going to show you another great way we're able to sell the property even without listing the property. We'll go to Redfin. I'm going to put this property in Redfin, right? And then we're going to go here. And then I'm going to go nearby houses for sale. I'm going to zoom out right here. It looks like there's a lot of activity. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go sold. And I'm going to go in the last 3 months houses, and look at all this activity. Look how active this area is. I'm going to sort it by price low to high. And we have 80,000, 85,000. What I love to do, and I want to find a similar house to this, 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,300 square feet. And we've got that sold for cheaper, possibly cash if it could be, right? Let's just take this one right here, $212,000. So I'm going to click here. And what you can do is you can find the agent, William, right here from Homestart Connection, copy it, put it here, find out who this is, and then give them a call. Whoops, that site is not working, but go to realtor.com, right? And share profile. There's his profile information. Let's see if he has any contact information. It doesn't look like there's any contact information there, so I'm going to keep looking. Here's Zillow. There's his information, HomeSmart. See if he has any. There he is. Here's his information right here. Broker information, cell phone. So you can call him up, have a conversation with William about the property he sold right here to see if he has any potential buyers for your property, which is very similar, right? So we find a lot of buyers that way. In our local markets, in these small little markets across the country, and we list the property on the MLS. So using Zillow for sale by owner is a great way to get deals under contract. So if you have your acquisition team, maybe you have maybe a virtual assistant that's working with you, or an acquisition team, and you're generating leads and you're not getting a lot of leads, then have them do this methodology where they go into Zillow, they can get the entire United States, have them target one specific area like North Carolina, hit all the for sale by owners within North Carolina. They will talk to sellers, cut their teeth. they'll be able to use this script and be able to talk to sellers, and they'll get properties under contract, right? That you can then either A, list on the MLS and sell the property. You'll get full exposure, especially in this market. I guarantee, because there's so many properties there for sale and they're active, you can get this property sold, especially if the seller will be negotiable on their price, right? Now, what makes the seller negotiable? What makes the seller negotiable is their story. What's the reason why they want to sell? Are they in foreclosure? Do they have a tenant there? We got a property in Yulee, Florida, actually. And there was a vagrant living in the property. The seller lived out of state. She didn't know what to do. She just wanted to get rid of it, right? Well, guess what? We were able to come in and be able to get that contract and be able to get that deal done. So Zillow is a phenomenal place to be able to get deals all across the U.S. Just look at this. I can just zoom out right here. Look at these little towns right here. Little town right there. Look at this. You got this house right here. Look at this little town right here. No one's calling this seller right here. This little house right here. Never know. They might come down. Look at that. 95 days on Zillow. Do you think there's motivation there? Well, guess what? You can talk to the seller, potentially get this property under contract, get it under contract for 60, 70% of value, make an offer. All they can do is say no. If you follow this script, it really works. And guess what? Now you get this property under contract, and then you can find a buyer in this market, just like we talked about right here, by finding buyers, right? You got the buying agent right here, and they might have more buyers in that particular area. Or, you know, you turn around, and what we do is list the property on the MLS, list it lower than expected. If there's a lot of activity, you can turn around and sell that property, and you can make a profit. Because the bottom line is, a seller, if their sole motivation is to sell their property and get done with it, this seller might be out of state. They might not even live there. There might be a tenant in that property that you don't know about. Maybe they just want to sell it. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to clean it up. They don't want to stage it. They don't want to paint it. They don't want to fix it. They don't want to do anything with it. They just want to get it sold. And if you can negotiate a price that makes sense with them, then you can be able to get that property under contract and turn around and sell it. This is a phenomenal way to turn around and go and get leads and get deals. Now, that's the free method. There should be no excuse or reason not to go out and have leads and get deals. There should be none. Why? Because there's hundreds of thousands of properties all across the U.S. that are for sale by owner. There should be absolutely no excuse on why we shouldn't go out and get leads. Now, the second way is the cheap way to get leads and get deals, and that is finding, let's go back to Wilmington, North Carolina. Okay, so we got Wilmington, we got all of Wilmington right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to filter, and we're going to look for pre-foreclosures, right? We've got 123 pre-foreclosures, property characteristics. We're going to put single family, right? Now we got 114. We're going to go MLS status, on market, no, right? We're going to be ownership information. We're going to say individual. We got 104. Right now you can skip trace them, individual. Now we're going to put valuation in equity, minimum percent in equity, 50%. Okay, there's 78. Now, this is a golden list. Now, what we can do is we can take, now, let's just look in here. Right here. So, right here, this property now is in pre-foreclosure. It's distressed, right? Estimated value is $395. Mortgage on the property is $293,000. Pre-foreclosure details, right here. Gives you all the details of pre-foreclosure. But this would be great to now you turn around, you create a list, and this is in REI Automator. You add to a list, and once you add to a list, you can then skip trace the list, and what you'll get is you'll get the full name, information, and phone number. So now the best method with these is to pick up the phone and call them and use this script, right? Pick up the phone and call them and use the script. Now, these people are in pre-foreclosure, and we have the entire United States. I'm just picking a little town in Wilmington. Well, where is it? I don't even know where it is. It's like, yeah, Wilmington, North Carolina. Think about all the pre-foreclosures across the entire US. This is a small little town, Wilmington, and there's what, 78 potential sellers that you can talk to, which a lot of other wholesalers or other people aren't talking to. Yeah, glasses up. I need my glasses. I know I had to crunch my eyes there, Brian. So, the bottom line is that it's a great way to be able to find sellers for cheap. Now pick up the phone and call them. So you get the free method with Zillow, you got the cheap method by skip tracing them out of REI Automator, finding pre-foreclosures all across the country, and then calling them, or you can send them a text to see if they're interested in selling the property. So the bottom line is that this is the cheap and free way to generate leads. Now, we had someone that came from one of our courses, says, I don't have any money to get leads. I don't have a budget to do this business. I can't do this because I don't have any money. I can't do this because I don't have money for marketing. Okay. I wanted to do this video to kind of put this to rest because you don't need money for marketing. Now, when I first started, quick story, then we'll end this. And I'll show you where you can get this. You can get this for free. The super script for free. But when I first got started in the business, I knocked on pre-foreclosure doors, right? I didn't know about cold calling. We didn't really have texting when I first got started. So I bought a list of about 100 pre-foreclosures in around, right, our market here. And in Phoenix, and I literally drove around to people's houses and knocked on pre-foreclosure doors. And I drove from one house and 10 minutes later arrived to the other house and 10 minutes later drive to the other house. And I wasted a ton of gas driving all across the country. People weren't home. People yelled at me. People pulled guns on me. People had their dog chase me down the street. But that's how I got leads when I first got started. I didn't complain and go, I don't have any leads. I can't do it. I got a list of pre-foreclosures and I drove around town and I knocked on their doors, right? Now you have the ability to get a list and skip trace the list and call or text them. Or you go Zillow and you have something like Zillow. We didn't have Zillow when I started. And be able to pull, and it gives you the phone number and you can make an offer to a seller. There's probably 100,000 plus properties or more for sale by owner across the US that you can call and talk to. And then when I in 2008, when I get hit really hard by the Great Recession that happened, I literally had to start from scratch again, and I hand wrote letters from my kitchen table. I got a list again of pre-foreclosures, and there was a lot of them back in 2008. And I hand wrote 25 letters a day, and I sent those letters out every single day. I go to the mailbox, I mail them out, and I'd have people call me, and I'd send it out Monday through Saturday. I dropped 25 letters a day, every single day consistently, and I had sellers calling me. I got a property under contract. Once I got a property under contract and I sold it to a buyer, I made a check. It might be $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. But then I'd take 25% of that check and I'd reinvest it back into marketing. So if you reinvest back into marketing, it's a great thing. And you're able to, able to go out there and scale your business to where we're doing, thousands and thousands of dollars a day we're spending in marketing right now because we have a team of people, we got leads coming in, and we're hiring in the process because the market is ripe right now for what we're doing. So the bottom line is there should be no excuse to get leads. You got the free way with Zillow. You got the cheap way with REI Automator. Get a list of pre-foreclosures, skip trace them, call them, text them, have conversations. You get the entire United States. You can turn around and pull leads. If I just go in, real quick, and I just go pull North Carolina, it won't do. You have to do a county, right? You have to do a city, county, whatever. So anyway, I just wanted to see if you could pull all of North Carolina. So anyways, we got Wilmington and we got 78 potential deals there that we could work on. So the bottom line is this works great. All right. So where to get this script? You can download the script. This is what you say when you're having a conversation with a seller. This script works phenomenally well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Actually, if you could take that link, I don't know if Chelsea's watching or someone's watching. Let's see if I can take that. And I'll put it in the comments for you, but I'm going to have you guys, let me see if I can put it in the comments.
Today we'll be diving into the
See if I can. Okay. I'm going to put this link in the comments here for you. Where is the... All right. So I'm going to put this link for you so you can download the, here it is, boom. All right, so there's the link. I just put it there. What it's going to do, it's going to take you to this page right here where I'm on the live, right? Fill out this application below, and what will happen is you can work, one of my team members, first off, on that next page, there'll be a download link so you can download this application right away. Now, if you so choose, put your information there. One of my team members will call you, and we'll call you about coming to Phoenix, working directly with me and my team, and getting started to go out and do deals. We give you leads, we talk to sellers, we get properties under contract, or if you want to scale to the next level, we talk about in our mastermind, be able to learn more about what we do. So all you got to do is go to that link right there, and you can hit that page. You'll learn, incredible stuff, exactly how to talk to sellers, get properties under contract. Follow that link right there. And on the thank you page, after you fill out the information, will be the download link where you can download this script. So, wanted to make this quick. Hope you're doing well. Have a fabulous time. Take care. God bless. Go out there and get some leads, get some deals. And I'll see you in the future. God bless.